Hello and welcome to another MMA President tutorial. This one I'm going to be going over all the other things in the game that you might want to know and that could help you playing the game. Right, let's look at the fighters themselves. And in here you've got your important stats for fighting in these two columns here. So you can see he's a very, very good fighter. And then these are like looks and things like sex appeal will help how popular the fighter will be. So we can go down this, or we can go here. You can see all of his fights so far. He's one of the newer fighters in the game. You see he's 22. Lots of detail up here about him. You could also see a few stats and stuff in there as well, which are generated by the program. Right, so you can see in that one he missed weight. Right, so that's basically your fight history and stats and all the stats you could want. Basically, lots of averages for all of his fights to see. This shows that he's a power striker and also pretty good at grappling as well. Also good at ground and pound. Relationships is just a little thing in the game, which is a fun add-on. And that's his training. So the last training day, he went up in kick power. So you can follow your fighter and see how well they're doing here. As you can see, he's got 88 in max popularity, which he can go up to. Currently, he's on 70, so that should be a very good fighter in this game. So if you can get up to that. Few little stats up there. A couple of injuries from his fights means he might be quite injury prone, and of course one weight miss again. And he's trained 268 times successfully in 1,664 days. So a pretty good training percentage there. Kind of fighter you want in your company. Right here, he's ranked 275th in the game, 26th in his division. And that's his points for his rankings. So we'll keep going down these. CEO rankings is basically top 10 fights in each of your event. Is how much those fighters improve after their fight. So if they have entertaining fights or not. So it shows all the different companies and the best CEOs in the game. So we'll just go through the menu and I'll try to explain what everything means. So we've got our main page, and that's a mix of all the information you could want in the game, but so you can just see it all together. It's a mix of information that you might want to take a look at while you're trying to go through the game quickly. Messages that'll give you all of the information. Injuries, if a fighter is unhappy. MMA Express, it's kind of like a newspaper inside the game, so you can see what's going on at the moment, whether new events being released, fighters injured, if fighters angry, if another fighter is tested positive for drugs, different signings, fighters being bought, that type of thing. This is the titles for your company. You can go through the history of the title. And you see there. So Satoshi Bergman was the champion for a while, and now he's just got it back again. Your finances is pretty easy. Money coming in, money coming out. The current money you have, and your staff money. These are rankings for the fighters. Now this isn't on popularity. This is on fights that the fighters win, so a bit more like your normal rankings in real life. But there's quite a good mathematical system on how I've worked out how to do this, which I'm quite proud of, and it seems to work very, very well. So you can see Uriah Sams is top ranked fighter. So it's really based on their last 10 fights and how good the fighters are that they've beaten. So there's no retired fighter information at the moment. but that should happen quite a bit. There's quite a few reasons why a fighter will retire. Normally when they've lost 10 in a row, or their popularity is low, or their age is up there, if they're 36 or 37 or older. So we've got our company rankings here. So World Fighting, the top company. We start with a new company, new fighting championship, and from here you can go through all their different rosters and see how that company is doing, their past events, their current title holders, and their stuff. But you can see if another company has made any signings or bought any fighters. So it's quite a good page there. Right down here, you can choose. You have 10 saved games, and you can choose any of them. And loading is very, very quickly. Just by doing that, that is loading the other game because of the way this game has been programmed. And you can also put in your mod here. But I'm going to do some more videos on how to make mods and how to create fighters. Settings, basically, there's another form of signings as well, like super signings. So you can click this, and you can, if you've got lots of money with your company that you want to blow, you can basically click that on, and you should be able to sign just about any fighter in the game. You should be able to sign just about any fighter in the game, but it's going to cost you a lot of money. So got to be careful with that. And also you can click this so other companies can make those extra signings as well. You've got the booking wait. Currently it's off, but if you click that on, then you'll have to wait between 6 and 8 weeks so that you can book that particular fighter, because they will have to, because they'll be training for the fight like in real life. But when you start the game, you might want to keep that off so you can get a few events in. Celebrities, again, you can turn them off at any time if you just want a normal game. But let's say you want to make a real life game and you want real life celebrities. So you want Tom Cruise versus Hugh Jackman or something, just for the hell of it. And right here, when you're generating new fighters, basically you can put what their max popularity would be. So let's say you're starting a new game, you're going to want fighters with a variety of popularity. Or you might just want to start them at 1 and have the game build up from the bottom. When you start a game and it's going to generate all the fighters, let's say the 1995 game, when you want to start from the beginning, this will create 20 fighters each day. So, and that won't stop until it's got about 3,800 fighters in it. That's the end of this tutorial, and thank you again for watching, and there should be a link underneath if you want to buy the game.